Okay, we're rolling on the river. Hey guys, and welcome to another video. As you can see, today's Valentine's Day. And normally I don't upload on days like this, but I was like, it's a special occasion. Sadly, I'm single, but I like being single. That's the difference. So I see all of these people doing Valentine's Day videos about what to get your loved one, how to spend Valentine's on your own, how to handle Valentine's when you're single, and I'm just sitting there like, my nose is running, I have a cold. Does anyone actually know the original reason for Valentine's Day? That's what I'm gonna do a video on. So yeah, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm nearly at 850, so if you could get me there, it would be incredible. When I get to 1,000, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So I'm going to start this new thing on my channel where I'm going to give shout outs at the end of each week. And to do that, I'm going to need you to like the video and to comment so you can get a shout out. So I want you to do that so my followers can follow your channel and get you more followers and subscribers, and you might be shouted out and you might be given away in my giveaway. So yeah, let's get started and let's get on with the video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google, and then I'm going to type in St. Valentine's Day. Oh, there was a massacre. Oh dear. Oh, there's so much stuff here. What is the real story? Oh, do a Shane Dawson conspiracy theory. Dun dun dun. The real story. The ancient Romans may also be responsible for the name of the modern day love. The modern day of love. Emperor Claudius II executed two men, both named Valentine, on February 14th of different years in the 3rd century AD. Their martyrdom was honoured by the Catholic Church with the celebration of St. Valentine's Day. So we'll look up the dark origins. The dark origins. Valentine's Day is a time to celebrate romance and lovey and kissy face feel. But the origins of this festival of candy and cupids are actually dark, bloody and a bit muddled. Though no one has pinpointed the exact origin of the holiday, one good place to start is ancient Rome, where men hit on women by hitting them. Brings around the term hitting on them. From February 13th to 15th, the Romans celebrated a feast of Julesclara. The men sacrificed a goat and dog, then whipped women with hides of the animals they had just slain. The Roman romantics were drunk, they were naked, says Noel Lazensky, a historian of the University of Colorado. Some women would actually line up for men to hit them. They believed this would make them fertile. The brutal feat included a matchmaking lottery in which young men drew the names of women from a jar. The couple would then be coupled up for the duration of the festival, or longer if the match was right. I'm sorry, hold on a second. The brutal feat included a matchmaking lottery in which young men drew the names of women from a jar. Jesus, I feel like we're going back to that century all over again. Ancient Romans may also be responsible for the name of our modern day of love. Emperor Claudius II executed two men, both named Valentine, on 14th of February of different years in the 3rd century AD. Their martyrdom was honoured by the Catholic Church with the celebration of St. Valentine's Day. So you're saying that we celebrate people's love because two people got killed? Moving on. Later, Pope Gaius I muddled things in the 5th century by combining St. Valentine's Day with Julesclara to express the pagan rituals. But the festival was more of a theatrical interpretation of what had once been. It was a little more of a drunken reveal, but the Christians put clothes back on it. They didn't stop it from being a day of fertility and love. Shakespeare and love. Okay, so how did we get to Shakespeare? As the years went on, the holiday grew sweeter. Chaucer and Shakespeare romanticized it in their work, and it gained popularity throughout Britain and the rest of Europe. Handmade paper cards became tokens de jour in the Middle Ages. Eventually, the tradition made its way to the New World. The Industrial Revolution ushered in factory-made cards in the 19th century. And in 1913, Hallmark Cards of Kansas City, Missouri, began mass-producing Valentines. February has not been since the same. So this whole day came about from we celebrate love because two people got executed. Find out who St. Valentine's Day. St. Valentine's Day facts and information. This is kind of creepy. Valentine's Day is the day of love, more than any other day of the year. Romantic couples shower their better halves with gifts and tokens of appreciation. Was Valentine's Day inspired by a party, an execution, or a poem? Historians are unsure. The earliest possible origin story of St. Valentine's Day is the pagan holiday Julesclara. Occurring for centuries in the middle of February, the holiday celebrates fertility. Men would strip naked and sacrifice a goat and dog. Young boys would then take strips of hide from sacred animals and use it to whip young women to promote fertility. So basically the same thing that I just read. Julesclara was popular and one of the few pagan holidays still celebrated 150 years after Christianity was legalized in the Roman Empire. When Pope Gelasius came to power in the late 5th century, he put an end to Julesclara. Soon after, the Catholic Church declared February 14 to a day of feasts to celebrate the martyred St. Valentine. Julesclara was clearly a very popular thing, even in an environment where the Christians are trying to close it down. In an interview with NPR, Lizinski theories that the feast was meant to replace Julesclara, so there's a reason to think that the Christians might instead have said, okay, we'll just call this a Christian festival. But what is Julesclara? An ancient Roman festival of purification and fertility, held annually on the 15th of February to avert evil spirits and purify the city, releasing health and fertility. So in the beginning they're saying that this festival was about young women and young men trying to do their day of Tinder, I guess. Whipping people. I mean, it must have been brutal. By some estimations, there are over 10,800 saints, of which 2 are more than 30 Valentines, and even a few Valentinas. 2 Valentines stand out as the likely candidates for the namesake saint, but neither dealt with the matters of the heart. The 2 Valentines share many similarities, leading some researchers to wonder whether they were the same man. Both Valentines were martyrs put to death by the Roman Empire Claudius in the 3rd century. Both men were also said to have died on 14th of February, although years apart. The first Valentine was a priest who was arrested during the Roman persecutions of the Christians. When brought before the emperor, Valentine refused to announce his faith and as a punishment was placed under house arrest. The head of the household, Valentine, challenged the priest to show the true power of God. Soon Valentine restored sight to a young blind girl and the whole house converted. One word of the miracle and conversion reached the empire. Valentine was executed. The second priest, the Bishop Valentine of Tierney, who was also a miracle worker known for his ability to heal physical disabilities. A scholarship sent for the bishop to heal his only son, who could not speak or straighten his body. After night of prayer, the bishop healed the boy, and the family, along with visiting scholars, converted to Christianity. Shortly after, the bishop was arrested for his miracles and, after refusing to convert to paganism, was beheaded. The first Valentine's Day card dates to 1415, when the Duke of Orleans sent a card to his wife while he was a prisoner in the Tower of London in the United States. Valentine's Day cards didn't gain popularity until the Revolutionary War, when people took a habit of writing handwritten notes to their sweethearts. It was only in the early 1900s that cards were mass-produced for this holiday. So this holiday has only been around since the 20th century, the way we celebrate it. It wasn't known as Valentine's Day, I guess, in the beginning, because there was so many It was to do with two men being executed, but of course Shakespeare and the 19th century changed all that, I guess. Although gaining global popularity, Valentine's Day is still not widely celebrated in countries like Indonesia, Saudi Arabia and Malaysia. In most of these countries, the holiday contradicts aspects of the religion. However, some countries resist Valentine's Day for political reasons. In India, some conservational political parties oppose Valentine's Day because they believe their holiday promotes Western values. Whether you celebrate Valentine's Day or not, our ability to love has connected humans for centuries. Sure, we may not longer whip each other with sacrificial hides, but we all enjoy treating those we love. That's how it became so to do with love. Helping Roman soldiers to marry when they were forbidden to by the Christian faith at the time, Saint Valentine of Indiramana, modern Terni, Italy, was a bishop who was also martyred. So saying this now, there was two. He is also the patron saint of Rome. I think that's basically how Saint Valentine's Day was found. So basically what they're saying is we celebrate a day that people were killed over because he helped promote them get married, which in a way relates, but I just can't get over how the traditions from before meant if you like someone you whip them and they're naked. I mean, just a tiny bit weird. And I'll be back normally for my normal videos on Saturday. Peace. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, hey there. Just in case you forgot, I have some other videos that I'd love you to check out. And don't forget to hit on that subscribe button and give us a big like. Thanks guys, see you next time. Bye!